What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
Also, check us out on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis because you don't want to miss anything.
Oh yeah, today we're talking about Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones fight.
It's been a pretty hot topic. And I gotta be real, man. I didn't see the fight, but I did see the highlights. And the first thing I wanted to mention was the commentary. The commentary was pretty wild, but it was also very funny. It was led, of course, by Snoop Dogg, and who don't know Snoop Dogg and his style.
Snoop Dogg?
Right. So, his commentary was absolutely hilarious. And me personally, I want to see him do some more commentary on some other things. I don't care if it's video games, I don't care if it's a street fight or, an and one tournament. Snoop, come on, man. That could be a lane for you.
Yeah, Snoop, man, you were hilarious, man. You made the commentary in the fight just hilarious, man. That was like the best part besides the fight. I think you should do more commentary on other things, other sports,
Most definitely.
Yeah. Video games, the
right.
whole nine.
I think he definitely could make. Now the news would be a trip. Snoop Dogg doing the news. I ain't gonna say I can't see him doing it, but I could picture him doing it. It would be like really funny. They could almost make that a cartoon if you think about it, like Snoop as a news anchor. Like.
You imagine Snoop doing the weather.
It's gonna drizzle, like just like that,
Put your own brizzles.
Like, man, what is unbrizzle? Like, man. So Travis, you know what I'm saying? Tell me, like, what you thought about the fight.
Man, I think Roy Jones and Mike Tyson still look good, man. I believe they're both in their 50s, and they're in good shape. Mike Tyson still hitting hard. He came out there looking like Vane from what was that movie?
From the Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Looking like Vane. He was still hitting hard, man. Looking like the old Mike back in the 90s.
Iron Mike.
Still Iron Mike, man.
Man.
What you thought about it?
I think that for one, like you said, for their age group, and I'm not trying to say that they old, but for their age group, they definitely, still, was getting around good. They definitely was throwing some punches. So let's just put it this way: for no amount of money would I want to step in the ring with any of them two, at all.
Well, it depends on the amount of money. I might step in there with Mike Tyson, let him hit me one time, and just fall out. He can just hit me on my arm, I'm gonna fall out.
Dang. Then you got to replace that arm. I know them nerves gonna be dead.
Hey.
It might work his way up. You'll do it for the right bag, though.
The right amount of money, I'll hit me one time and go ahead and just fall out.
What the price tag look like?
I'll take, not too much, maybe like a good couple $100 million.
He said a couple of $100 million. That's I wonder how many one pieces you could buy with that.
Get like a platinum diamond encrusted on.
He said, he said a platinum encrusted.
Diamond encrusted.
Wow.
Gotta go out in style.
He gonna get the new arm and hop back in the ring. I want to go another round. I'm ready this time. See, like for me, he gonna have to come with that bag.
Oh, yeah.
Cause I want at least at the minimum $350 million.
Whew.
Because I'm signing my will, man. You absolutely gonna kill me. You could edge me with just a glove, I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So first of all, I got some stipulations. Because the first thing is gonna have to be, I gotta be allowed to bring both the crutches into the ring.
Trip them.
You know, I ain't think about that. That might actually, no, that's not gonna work. Because then they're gonna be like, oh, well, you played dirty. I'm like, man, I had to level the playing field. This is Mike Tyson or Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know, wait for the right time and just right when he get ready to swing, just step back, let him hit the crutch, and I'm gonna fall out.
Right.
Be like the wind from the punch is what knocked me out. Just
see one of my stipulations would be he couldn't hit me in my head, nowhere in my head.
I'm just
no headshots.
Could you imagine a headshot from either one of them?
Yeah, no.
Your head will climb off your body and be like, I ain't signed up for this. It's gonna leave the ring yourself. Just like, man, how does a head move by itself? The nerves became feet. That head is gone.
You know what? I'm out of here.
That man body just sitting there like, what we supposed to do now? We just gonna sit here leaking like this. This is embarrassing.
Jesus, take the wheel.
You can take the whole car, Lord. We done. We done. Why would you give us to somebody that's gonna do this? You know, but I think, like, for one, like you touched on, man, they are in really good shape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I do wonder, though, like, a younger boxer, right? Somebody who, you know, they up and coming, but they're a lot younger. You know what I'm saying? They about 20, 30, maybe, you know, 25, somewhere around that age range.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think they would win because, you know, they youthful, they still got their speed, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Because, you know, when you get old, not that 50 is old again, I'm going to put that out there. But, you know, when you get older, speed kind of be the first thing to go. And
yeah.
you don't get that back. So, you know, for a younger fighter going against, you know, like Mike Tyson, I mean, do you think that younger fighter is going to win because they got youth on their side, or do you think like Mike Tyson's his smarts and his intellect, you know, his IQ in boxing, do you think that would, you know, tip the scales in his favor to win the fight?
I think I would go for Mike Tyson over the younger guy because, I mean, Tyson has more experience. And, you know, boxing is more finesse, mental sport. You know,
okay.
You got to be knowledgeable. You can't just, I mean, yeah, you can have speed or whatever, but if you know the techniques, you know, of boxing, you know, okay, you already know what he's gonna do before he do it. Then I mean, I feel like the person with more experience would win. You know, so I would go with Mike Tyson over the younger person any day.
And see, I think for the younger fighter, I think it's all about how they would play it. You know, it's one thing to have power, but you could you know, be a very powerful boxer and just be trash. Yeah. Just straight up trash. You know, you a hard hitter, but if I can make you miss, I can wear you out. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And normally, when a younger fighter goes against an older fighter, it's like the younger fighter is absolutely gonna make you miss. You still got power, but you don't have the quickness to throw that punch. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's almost like dangling bait in front of a fish. Okay. I'm going to let you think you about to hit me, and when you throw that punch, I'm going to bag up just in the nick of time. And while you trying to recover, I'm going to get in there on you. Yeah. You know, and then once you get, you know, worn down after a couple of rounds, I just wait for that right opening to take that shot. To go ahead and put you to sleep.
I mean, Mike Tyson was still pretty quick, though. I noticed that when you throw a punch and it's like he noticed those openings, and
oh yeah.
Every time he coming in with that uppercut, man, you get hit with that uppercut from Tyson, it's over.
We ain't talking about Tyson chicken either. Just, I don't know. That's one dude that I first of all, in that age group, you know, in your 50s, me personally, I wouldn't want to be, you know, hitting nobody or having somebody hit me, you know. But when you come from that background and you've done it that long, he just, I don't know. He still, to me, he still look like a killer in the ring.
Oh yeah, he still has the killer instinct, definitely. I mean, I think Tyson has in boxing about 15, 16 years, I believe, and Roy Jones about maybe, I guess, about 3 years. So I mean, Tyson still like he been boxing since the '90s. You know, he's still been boxing. You know, like he never stopped.
Right. It ain't look like he missed a step at all in that
Right.
fight. You know, I hadn't said much about Roy Jones Jr., but it was Roy Jones Jr., right?
Right.
You know, I hadn't said much about him. The thing I saw with Roy was he still, you know, is very defensive. You see what I'm saying? Like, I saw Tyson, you know, he threw a punch and Roy just, it's like he took his arm and almost let his arm absorb some of the blow to push the, you know, to get Tyson punch away from him.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, you know, he didn't shuffle around the ring a lot, you know what I'm saying? He brought it to Tyson like, bro, I'm not finna bag up from you. I'm not scared.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a whole thing in itself. You know what I'm saying? Just like you say, it's a mental game. And I think, you know, when it comes to boxing, it's not one of the things you just sign a piece of paper and hop in the ring.
Nah.
I think it starts in your mind. It's like, okay, I'm going to get hit sometime, and it's probably going to hurt, but I'm doing this.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like once you get past that first hurdle in your mind, then the training, you know, all the training pays off. And you just, you know, I think it's more of a patient kind of sport. You see what I'm saying? It's not about, you know, brute force and speed and strength and all. You just patient, you know, waiting for your shot.
Yeah, it's definitely patience. I mean, 'cause, you know, you got some boxers out there that like to dance around the ring. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely have to be patient, you know, and have the, I guess the mentals, you know, the mental into the sport or whatever. To I guess I don't know, you know, to stay not let that affect you when you boxing against somebody and all they want to do is just dance, you know.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. See, I think that make people upset when you dance around the ring.
Yeah.
Because they be getting paid money for a pay-per-view fight, you know what I'm saying? And you get Dancing with the Stars for $30. I ain't pay for that. I want to see somebody go at it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, boxing is all about patience and strategy. And so, like, you know, for certain boxers, them dancing around the ring, the whole fight is their strategy. If you can't hit me, you can't win. Plus, it's going to wear you out. So, I mean, if you get worn out from me dancing for 12 rounds, by the time we get in that 11th round, I'm going to stop dancing and start darting. And then before you know it, you missing your punches. And I'm landing all the mines. I might not knock you out, but the scorecard say I won. You know?
I think you gotta learn how to play them, beat them at their own game. You know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe cut them off.
Talking about cutting them corners off
Cut
of
them
them.
corners
Yeah.
off, and
That's that anticipation, trying to see where they going to go before they go there. Yep, you definitely got to do that.
And what I like about Tyson and Jones is, you know, they go right at it. Ain't no dancing. It's just
That's because they grown men in that ring.
straight. You know what I'm saying? Just blow for blow. Straight boxing. That's what I like.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that like that, man. Y'all just go at it. Don't be dancing around.
Yeah, just go ahead.
First one drop wins.
Right.
Or first one to drop the other one wins, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to see them box again. You know, it ended in a draw. I want to see somebody win. You know, I would definitely want to see that fight again.
Did you happen to catch the interview after the fight? I didn't see that part. So
Yeah, I saw the interview. I mean, Jones, I don't know. It looked like he was in pain, you know. From the way his face looked, he looked like he's about to cry.
I mean, he did just step out the ring with Mike Tyson. This ain't no little boy.
I mean, from the way he was holding his arms, like he was,
Maybe
like his stomach was hurting or something. I don't know.
maybe his soul had left. You know, hey, a punch could do that to you. Tyson hit you right one time, and your soul be like, man, I'm gonna pick you back up tomorrow. I ain't signed up for this, and just straight leave you sitting in a chair, just an empty shell, in shock. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Tyson was still, you know, that ferocious.
like Tiger in the Jungle kind of look. Just
I'll eat your kids.
and the McDonald's that you bought for them, I will eat it all. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a good fight, man. What you think about Jake Paul and Nate Robinson?
Okay. Again, y'all, I did not get to see the fight, but I did see the highlights. And the first thing that I thought, it kind of jumped out to me was Jake Paul kind of had a little bit of a height advantage over Nate. I think Nate is a little more solid in the weight.
Definitely.
But Jake Paul kind of had a little bit of a height advantage. And normally when you taller, you have longer arms, which give you more reach. So I mean, in my opinion, like, not saying that just because you're tall, you're gonna win the fight automatically. But to me, I mean, I think that Jake Paul trained more than Nate Robinson, and I could be wrong. But it just looked to me like Jake Paul, he trained more.
I mean, Nate Robinson. I mean, regardless of how it ended, I mean, he's still a legend. But I mean, to me, the way he was swinging, it seemed like he was in a street fight instead of boxing. It was just all over the place. And when you swinging, you leaving yourself open like that. I mean, you leaving yourself open to get hit. So I mean,
he definitely got hit. I'm not Nate. If you ever see this, I'm not trying to throw no shade at you, man. I got much respect for your style with sports, but you definitely got hit. You can't deny that. That's for sure. He got a good dose of NyQuil. I'm sorry, but and it's funny that you mentioned like that he kind of had like a street style with the way he was fighting.
Yeah.
I really think like, had he not trying to been out there, throwing haymaker punches and actually, I guess, leaned on his training or whatever.
Yeah.
I think he would have did a lot better.
He also didn't use any defense. Like, he would swing, and he wasn't like really blocking.
Right.
You can't leave yourself open like that. So
you got to cover up, and it's cold in this ring.
Jake Paul was taking advantage of that and taking them headshots, man. So
he took a lot of them.
He was.
That boy was a photographer up in the ring. Just he doing driver's license type stuff to Nate Robinson, man. It was.
I mean, you gotta swing and you gotta,
You gotta cover up, or else you gonna get covered up. If you don't cover up, it's just. Cause I'm telling you, like the clips I saw, it looked like that Jake Paul and the Nate Robinson fight was. It was a slumber party, and Nate Robinson went to sleep early. That's just everybody else was still up. Like, say, man, what happened to him? He went to sleep. It was too much. Just
boy, took some melatonin.
Oh, yeah, he was on his equals hard, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I give him. I salute to him for even taking that chance. For even doing that.
Oh yeah, I don't want somebody purposely trying to hit me. If it ain't to defend my family or something else that I find valuable, I'm not just gonna be out there like, man, you could try to hit me. No, because they might succeed. I might be done.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm gonna leave that to the professionals,
right?
And those that want to be. But I did have a little question though, and my question is, okay. I understand like professional fighters in training, right? But let's say if you took the professional fighter, out of the ring, he still got all his training and stuff like that. But my question is, in a street fight, right? You bring a street fighter straight to the boxing ring, they're professional in the boxing ring, but there are no rules. Is there an advantage that the street fighter would have over the professional fighter? You see where I'm coming from with that?
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like the boxer has more of an advantage than a street fighter because, I mean, the street fighter used to fighting somebody that may or may not know how to fight. So, I mean, no training, no anything. So, if you been going around knocking everybody out in the street, that don't mean you can just go into the boxing ring and knock out a professional who's been doing it for years, that knows the techniques, that has the experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They gonna know more than you. So a street fighter against a professional, I'll take the professional over the street fighter.
You know, and I guess that's what I always wonder about is like, okay, yes, this professional fighter has training, you know, and all of this kind of stuff. I mean, but the street fighter, you know, could they have something that the professional fighter just is not getting because they're not in the raw anymore? You see what I'm saying? But you know, it is a difference. I like to say in fighting regular people versus fighting, you know, somebody that's trained to fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For one, if you in the streets, you're not gonna be, you know, hitting the gym every day with the intent to build, you know, muscle for more power, you know, or, you know, sticking to certain routines day in and day out,
Yeah.
to discipline your mind, you know, mentally as well as train your body physically. For one, if you in the streets, it definitely ain't no dieting going on. You know, you not sticking to diets at all. So I mean, you know, and that's
it's definitely really no discipline.
right.
No training. You just going out just fighting anybody, you know, just no kind of training or anything. You just going at it, you know, throwing. I mean, I don't know.
And see, I think that, like, I think to me, the street fight versus a professional fight, the professional fight is literally, I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to win the fight. But I think that the street fight is more like a pride issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for a dude to, you know, walk up on another dude and everybody out there, you know, talking noise, is like, I want to be able to say that I knocked this dude out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Same thing for a female. I want to be able to say that I whooped this chick butt in front of everybody.
Yeah.
You know, but a professional fighter is like, I would like to knock you out because it looks cool, but ultimately I want to win the fight on the scorecards. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So either I'm trying not to get hit, or either I'm letting you hit me, but I'm also landing punches myself. You know, and like I say, the professional fighter, they're gonna stick to routines that's gonna train them mentally and physically. They're gonna stick to dieting. You know, I'm pretty sure a professional fighter is not gonna drink a whole bunch of alcohol 2 days before the fight.
Nah.
But in the street fight, they absolutely gonna be drinking and drinking and drinking some more, like a fish, just you know. And then they gonna be out there drunk, uncoordinated. You know what I'm saying? Out their head, just.
I mean, street fighters, they got. If you notice the way they punch is wow, like just haymakers all the time. There's no. It's really no kind of technique or anything to it. So.
They just want to knock somebody out.
Yeah, that's it.
To be able to say that they knock somebody out. You know, and it's crazy because, like, I would much rather have the training of a boxer, cause me personally, like, I would never be a boxer. For one, you know, I'm just this disability just not gonna allow it. You know, but for two, I like the training that they do. But as far as stepping in the ring, actually, I don't want to step in the ring. I don't want to take it that far, but I do like the training. Because even like the sparring, it looks fun, but even the sparring look painful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got a padded helmet on, you got gloves on, but it still just look like you gonna have a headache after this sparring match is over. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to spar. What I want to do is build some muscle, because, you know, I need to lose like 45 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Build some muscle. And then get in the ring and look like I'm finna do some stuff. And y'all just pull out the camera, you know, take a couple of pictures. We do some promo shots or whatever. And then I'm gone. Take the helmet off, take the gloves off, and I'm gone. We ain't even got to do nothing.
Yeah, I like the discipline aspect of it. You know, just being disciplined and, you know, knowing that you got to eat right. You got to be on a certain schedule as far as, like, sleeping, you know, getting up, working out. Just the whole discipline aspect of it, you know. I like that part of it, you know.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to drink more water. You got to stay hydrated. So I mean, it definitely, one difference that I notice is like when you going through that discipline route with the boxing training, like we had said a little bit earlier, you know, alcohol can't be part of your diet. You see what I'm saying? But in the street fight, there is nobody that's telling you, well, look, you know what I'm saying? He been talking a lot of noise, and y'all gonna scratch, in the next couple of days. So why don't you leave the Budweiser alone? It's like, no, I'm absolutely gonna need that from now all the way up into the fight. And then you out there drunk, getting tore out the frame, and it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? It is literally crazy. Like, and I do understand that sometimes that alcohol will, it can numb you up. You know what I'm saying? But the effects of alcohol, like on your mind and your body, it's just not good. And I just had a thought cross my mind just since we're on the subject of like alcohol and stuff. I ain't never been drunk or anything like that, but I do wonder, like, a person with a physical disability and then you fully drunk, you just you toasted. How do you function? Because like, okay, for me, I almost sometimes can't barely stand up, and I'm sober. So imagine like running through a mall and it's crowded and I'm drunk. I'm absolutely gonna be tripping over people, knocking over stuff, slapping babies with a crutch. And the crazy part is, see, when you drunk, especially like you disabled, you drunk, you just gotta take whatever come at you. Yeah. Somebody gonna run up on you, man. You slapped my baby with a crutch, and I'm just like, I didn't might do that. I don't know, cause I don't know. You see what I'm saying? And now this baby's daddy is want to whoop my behind, and he could care less if I'm disabled or not. I mean,
well, me being in a wheelchair, I'll probably be popping willies and doing donuts. And the good thing, I'm already sitting down, so I don't have to worry about tripping over nothing or nobody tripping over.
Right, see, I don't have that luxury. I get drunk on these crutches, I'm just done.
I might roll over some toes, though. You might want to watch your toes. And the good thing, I can just have somebody push me if I just pass out.
They be like, he not drunk, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Get him a blanket.
You just push him.
But and that's why I say, man, having a disability and then drinking is like, it's weird, to me. It's just weird. And then like I wonder, for you, because the wheelchair has wheels, if you was drunk, right? Technically, it's not a car, but technically, it is, right? I mean, so if you drunk, you still got to steer the wheelchair. You see what I'm saying?
But I mean, I don't think I can get a DUI or DWI because it doesn't have a motor on it, so I think I'm not really sure.
You the motor. If ain't nobody pushing you, it's not gonna push itself.
I'm not a motor, technically. Not a motor.
I don't know. Make the noise. You could be a motor. It's just. I'm just thinking. I don't know. This is how my mind works. I mean, you have wheels, right? The chair have wheels. So if you drunk, right?
What if I fall out and I can say it wasn't me?
Well, now on that note, that's a different aspect. If this man get drunk and he fall out, you see what I'm saying?
The brakes weren't on, so it was rolling by itself.
The brakes weren't on, really?
Yeah, so it was rolling by itself.
Well, I guess you exempt from all charges then. He exonerated. The chair was rolling by itself. My first question, was he on a hill? No hill?
Could have been like a little incline.
Flat surface?
No, a little incline.
Yeah, that chair inclined itself.
The chair had a few drinks too.
Yeah, you got the leftovers that you spilled in the chair. But I do wonder though. I mean, if you drink and you get drunk and you're in that chair, you know what I'm saying? And let's just say you roll into somebody. I mean, and they got hurt, could they charge you with something because you're in something that has wheels, or is just like we can't do? You know, do they look at the chair like a vehicle, or is that considered part of your body? Is my question. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
you know, I don't know. I guess my mind weird, but that's the way it works.
I know when I was in middle school, I used to roll over people's toes.
On accident, on purpose. Don't answer that on camera. Don't answer that.
Allegedly roll over people's toes.
He said allegedly. This the real court system up in here.
Yeah, and they used to say vehicular something. I don't know what it's called.
What, vehicular homicide? Vehicular homicide, huh? No, that's
Not homicide, but vehicular. I don't know what it's called.
I had to look that one up too.
Yeah.
The only one I ever heard about was vehicular homicide. Is when you use a vehicle like a weapon and then you actually kill people with it. You know.
Yeah.
But I can't see that being the case with a wheelchair. Like, you would have to really be like a demented person and just be, I'm gonna try to kill somebody with this wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's not about to happen, cause they gonna be falling in your lap. Like, literally, to do that in a wheelchair, somebody already got to be on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, now if you pick the chair up and drop it on their head, then yes, you do that a couple times, yeah, they might absolutely die. But just you roll into them, the worst they gonna get is a sprained ankle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you can't get a charge. What you in for? Man, I sprained 34 ankles for New Year's. Like, you got a ticket for each one of them? 34 ankles at New Year's? My boy, what?
Yeah.
What has the justice system come to when you can't sprain an ankle? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just one of them questions I had. You know, how do they play it? You know, if you disabled and you drunk, because I mean it's the same for me. If I went somewhere that was kind of crowded and I had a little bit too much to drink, and you know, for the record, I don't drink, but let's just say I did or whatever for the first time, had some alcohol or something, and I go somewhere that's kind of crowded, and I you know, hit somebody with a crutch and they didn't die from it or they wind up in the hospital. I mean, I could be charged, but then how do they play it? You know, he had 2 weapons already. Well, no, it's just 2 extra legs.
I can't. I mean, I don't know. If they consider this to be a weapon, then I guess
we both screwed if we mess with the alcohol. We gotta leave that alone. That's a lesson you don't want to learn the hard way, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I don't want those problems.
Nah.
Y'all drop a comment and let us know. You know.
Yeah, let us know. You know what y'all thought about the fight. You know what I'm saying? Both fights: Jake Paul, Nate Robinson, Roy Jones Jr., Mike Tyson, of course. Yeah. You know, and let us know. You know, what do y'all think about, you know, being disabled and you know, drinking? You know, are there things that, you know, the law would do to either one of us, you know, if alcohol was involved and we did something kind of crazy?
Yeah, if any of y'all know the legal parameters, you know, just let us know.
Yeah, so y'all, you know, heat them comments up and let us know. And we'll be back next Friday with another video. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Also, follow us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. And stay tuned.
And we out.